Today is October the 19th. Can we get away with cheating? Let's find out together as we study Hosea chapter 12. So yesterday we saw that Hosea had specific complaints about Judah, the nation to the south, but now he turns to his own nation, the nation of Israel. Chapter 12, verse 1, the people of Israel feed on the wind. They chase after the east wind all day long. They pile up lies and violence. They make alliance with Assyria. They send olive oil to buy support from Egypt. Coming back to chapter 12, verse 7, we pick up again his complaints against Israel. The people are like crafty merchants, selling from dishonest scales. They love to cheat. Israel boasts, "I'm rich. I've made a fortune all by myself. No one has caught me cheating. My record is spotless." Hosea has two complaints against Israel, the nation to the north, his home nation. First of all, they don't depend on God at all. They look to Assyria for an alliance. They try to buy the favor of Egypt. And throughout their history, this was so. They were a very normal nation, if by normal you mean like their surrounding nations. They looked to the other nations for a guidebook in politics. They bought favor with other nations. But then secondly, Hosea says they have dishonest scales. They're like merchants who love to cheat. And get this, I've made a fortune all by myself. No one has caught me cheating, and so my record is spotless. Boy, isn't that the way people think? If I'm not caught, it's okay. Well, Hosea goes on speaking. He basically asks the question, did you get away with it? You say your record is spotless. No one has caught you. Look at verse 9. But I'm the Lord your God who rescued you from slavery in Egypt. I will make you live in tents again as you do each year at the Festival of Shelters. I sent my prophets to warn you with many visions and parables. Can you get away with it? Nope. God is watching. God sends his people. He sends the prophets to warn you because the prophets clearly see that you're cheating. Fact of the matter is, they probably were not getting away with it at all. The people that they were selling to with dishonest scales knew. They just couldn't do anything about it. So Hosea stands up and he does something about it. Now, if you'll notice here, what Israel is guilty of, making alliances with other nations and not depending on God, and working with dishonest scales, that is exactly the opposite of what Hosea said that they should do in verse 6. So now come back to your God, act with love and justice, always depend on him. Always depend on him, not when you're making alliances with other nations, not when you look elsewhere for your own protection. Act with justice, not when your scales are dishonest. Can we get away with cheating? Ultimately, no, we can't. Because even if nobody else catches us, God sees. And there will come a day when we are called to be accountable for what we have done. Please like, follow, and share on whatever platform you use to listen to this devotional. Tomorrow, we'll ask the question, is it good to be popular?